Hey everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Thanks very much for coming along. Today we're back in Logic and we're looking at a little piece which I started and kind of finished yesterday, I guess. But this is going to be my first listen back to it this morning on fresh ears. Such an important part of the process is having space and listen to stuff again fresh, because my ears yesterday got used to all the imperfections in it. And now listen to it for the first time fresh will show me things which need to be changed today. It's a really important part of the process. So let's have the first kind of fresh listen to this piece today. I'll talk you through the process and what my approach has been and actually how I might kind of go forward after this listen and what changes I might make. So here's the piece. So you go, that's the first time I've listened to this piece today, and already the thing that's jumping out at me is I think that this groove here, groove in inverted commas, this part here, really spoils the atmosphere, I think. Let me know in the comments. But just, it's so funny how your first listen back to something, when your ears are fresh, you just hear things that you think, why the hell did you do that yesterday? And that is exactly what I'm thinking with that idea there. So that's something I'm definitely gonna revise today. Let's talk you through the layers. So the main theme all the way through is this this piano idea. And it is a combination of Dark Star from Spitfire, which is something I picked up and hardly used. Now I use it all the time. I really like it. I think this is actually just the first one, and it just kind of fitted. This is the first thing that I wrote, and then we've got Lab's Soft Piano, which I really like as well. Just kind of mix the two of them together. However, we are pitch bending it. Yeah, you'll see it's going from 0 to -3. So over this whole first half of the piece, the Dark Star ends up being lower than the piano. So the whole thing is just gradually kind of detuning itself almost. So this meta instrument of the Dark Star and the Lab's piano is almost kind of breaking as the piece is going on. You can hear how kind of detuned that is by here. really sounds like a honky tonk. So that is the theme which hangs the whole thing together, this da 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 dum, the whole way through. And I think that gives the piece the consistency. So on listening to it again today, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's strong and consistent and atmospheric. So yes, that can stay. But you know, yesterday actually was a difficult writing day. I found it really tough to actually kind of get inspired, and then I was just mucking around with the piano and wrote that, and then 3 hours later, or a couple of hours later, this was all here. And it's so funny. I've got to keep telling myself that even when it's a struggle, I've got to keep going with it. I've got to persevere the whole way through, because the difficult days are actually can be the most fruitful. Okay, the opening, again, we're playing with this detuned idea. So we've got some aperture stuff from Spitfire again, which again, I love these synths. I'm sure I've spoken about them before. 2 clones of the same synth here, so the facsimile ones, and then we've got a swarm as well. The second half of the piece is kind of underpinned by this idea here, which is a combination of another aperture. We're using the 15,000 watts on the wall, and then literally just a monosynth, just the stock monosynth to add a bit of sub to it. So this is the bass that's coming in here. So I'm pretty happy with the depth of that, considering I haven't EQ'd it at all. I need to scoop out some mids and, you know, correct it a little bit. But that's got a pretty nice depth to it. Got these, if you saw the last video, you'll know that I like playing violin. Well, actually, I don't like it at all. But it's cheaper than getting a session player to do it. Just very pure harmonics. You can tell it's live as well, which is really nice, I think. And later on we've just got, it's essentially just a drone just to add a bit of atmosphere. Then we've got some layers as well. The strings come into, this is Spitfire strings again, BBC Symphony Orchestra Pro strings here. They're just kind of highlighting the melody. They're playing flautando. I need to send them further back. They're too present, in fact. Where I think we need to actually just change the mix of it and just put in more outrigger mic and more ambient mic. So let's just try that. And let's just have less close. Let's see how that sounds. In fact, I'll do the same to violin 2 flautando. So we're turning off, next one, turning on the outrigger. Let's see if this sounds a little bit more distant. I want it to sound not as present as it does. Yeah, I think that gives it a little bit more airiness, perhaps. You'll see in the previous video that I talked about multi-mic, so I might end up doing that here, but it's such a small part of the piece that it's probably not worth it. And then we've got this idea which comes in halfway through the piece. Actually, I think the best material comes in halfway through the piece. You've got a minute to wait before all the best stuff comes in. Oh dear, maybe I need to actually, maybe the piece just needs to start here with this. So this is the Glitch piano. Months and months ago, I was at a grand piano and I spent about 3 hours with a microphone sampling stuff. So actually, if I turn off all the effects that we've got on this, then play this one here. That's literally me just plucking the inside of the piano. And wherever you can, the more live things you can get in, the better it's going to sound. I think it just gives it that kind of organicness, that richness, which you can't always get from just a computer. So what I've done here is I've taken the original chunk, the original sample, and then moved it down into a different track and then another different track. And what's happening with each of these versions 2 and 3 as well, I'm panning it slightly left and then slightly right, and I'm also pitch shifting each of them. So, but I'm automating pitch shift in the alternate one. So the original one stays at the same pitch. The version 2 starts 20 cents lower and goes to minus 40 cents. And then the other one starts at minus 32 cents and goes down to minus 50 or something like that. So it gives a sense of everything kind of just breaking and detuning, and that links the idea to what the pianos are doing at the opening as well. So everything feels like it's sort of breaking or distorting. What I'm also doing is I'm using on the glitch piano bus this step FX. Just the inbuilt one from Logic, and I'm automating how much of it is coming in. So you'll see that it starts at 0, and then at the end of the section it comes up to 50%. And what this acts to do is that every time that the glitch piano comes back, it changes a little bit because we're getting more of this glitch idea into it. So I'll just play it in isolation, and hopefully you should hear how that helps. So that's quite a pure version. Now this will be slightly more percentage of this. So you can just hear parts of the glitch coming in there. And here's the next one. Then becoming much more glitchy again. You can still hear that it sounds like the original. So there you go, secrets of what I kind of do in automation to make an idea sound like it's developing and changing in a really, really simple way. Automation is such an important part of making these kind of tracks come alive. So that is what I've done to create this glitch piano idea. Then this rhythmic groove. So the rhythmic groove is actually from the same piano idea. If I just turn off all the effects. All I've done is transposed it up 2 octaves. And then put loads and loads of effects on it. And I think there's too much going on. I think it ruins the vibe. So actually for now I'm just gonna leave it out. Because I think it turns the track into something that it doesn't need to become. You can let me know in the comments what you think. So I think for a first kind of listen, I'm generally quite happy with it. I need to sort out the rhythmic groove idea, as I said, that needs corrected. I'm not totally sure what the role of it is. In fact, if I just go from here, and let's just see if it needs anything. To hear the bass. That's what you need to hear there. You don't want interruption. Great. So plenty of things for me to try and sort out today. I think once I kind of work out what this groove is going to do or what it's not going to do, then I think the piece will be pretty much done. So thanks so much again for coming along. I hope you guys are finding this interesting. I really enjoy sharing my music with you. And please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about my process or just anything you'd like to ask or criticize or comment on. Always happy to hear from you. So thanks very much and see you next time.